Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another scene set in the Chronicle of Darkness Vampire the Requiem, a requiem for London. Tonight, we settle our scene on Marcus Irons, member of the Ordo Dracul, who has been sent to the humble town of Kingston within London, with a border between the Carthians and his own covenant. Technically within the borders of the Ordo, but in truth it is a place where Carthians have lived and fed for many, many decades, and it never really changed. Marcus, as you make your way to Kingston, the weather has warmed up slightly as you enter into January. It's gotten windier, so it feels colder. But there is less snow now. It is largely all rain. Just constant rain. The dreary weather of England out in full force. Nothing but a bunch of grey clouds in the sky as you make your way into where the prince told you you could find his contact.
Very good. As Marcus and his two good mates, Thomas and Richard, disembark from the railway station, he's checking the maps. The three men look at each other, just giving themselves short nods to each other. They already set out a plan. They are here for a purpose. Marcus just once more double checks the map, finds the right street, and the three gentlemen start walking down, clothed in thick, warm clothing, anoraks, hoods up, the odd small umbrella, trying their best to shield themselves from the nasty weather. But they are walking down the street he was instructed to, and Marcus is trying to find the building of the contact that has not been in contact for more than a few weeks now.
Yes. You begin to make your way to the inner part of Kingston. Roads here thin out a little bit, become a bit more meandering, more complicated. The pathways are larger. Not really a place for heavy traffic. You could imagine that I had this been the middle of the day, there'd be quite a lot of people out. But right now, at night, there's not many people out at all. Most of the streets are quite quiet. But you make your way to the the building, the house that the prince directed you to. The accommodation that he had set up for his contact. It is a fairly nice looking building. Fairly middle class. Is fully attached to two other buildings that sit directly next to it. And other than that, it looks fairly unremarkable. It's not really composed of any particularly outstanding architecture. It's very much a home that blends in with the rest of the town. Fairly unassuming and inconspicuous.
Was Marcus given any backup keys for this building?
No. The
Fair
prince
enough.
didn't provide you with anything. He very much expects you to resolve this in a way that you see fit.
Fair
Of course,
enough.
whether the prince will approve is very much up to his own discretion.
Absolutely. No, it's fine. Marcus has a good gander at the building, trying to see if he sees anything out of the ordinary. He's trying to perceive if there are any broken windows, or if there is, for example, one light burning, or basically he's trying to case out the building.
Yeah, case it out. Not too difficult. You make me a wits composure check, actually.
Sure thing.
You'll get a few basic details. Let me set up the scene for you in the dice roller.
No problem.
There you go. Dice roller 1.
Okay. At dice called roll. Of course.
Unfortunate. Okay. So, door is locked. This house is fairly small, doesn't have a garden. Goes up a couple levels, but doesn't have a garden. The outside of it looks untarnished. Curtains are all closed. Other than that, you can't really tell much. All lights are off. There are no lights on.
Okay, so it seems as if nobody's in the building.
Doesn't appear to be inhabited, no.
All right. Is there a back door?
You know, for one of these houses, I don't believe there actually would be.
Mm.
It's basically an attached row of houses, and none of them have their own gardens.
Do have or do not have gardens?
Oh, do not have.
Ah, okay. Okay. Hmm. Fair enough.
So there's no real
He.
back door, as it were,
Mhm.
that you could access.
Okay. So in that case, um, he'll give his two retainers a short command, basically to stay further back, ideally in the alleys where they can have a look over him while he has a look at the name shields and bells, trying to see if he recognizes any name that would work with the Italian fellow that he's trying to find.
Sorry, I missed part of that. What was the last part of that? You said you were looking for the.
He was looking for the name tags, which are on a building, which normally says so and so Smith, so and so Bardock, and trying to see if he can identify an Italian family name, which
I don't
most
think
likely would fit best with.
Do we have that in England? I'm not sure we have that in England. I know my house doesn't have it.
Oh, okay, maybe it's a continental thing.
I think it is, yeah.
Uh,
No, basically you're standing before fairly nondescript terraced housing. That's actually the word for the architecture.
okay.
Um,
He'll ring the doorbell. I know that you guys have that.
we do in fact have doorbells. We do share that at least.
Good.
There is a doorbell that goes off. You can hear it. You hear it buzz. Sorry about the pause. The doorbell goes off. You hear a buzz, and you ring it again, and it buzzes, and you ring it again, and it buzzes, and there is no answer. There's no noise.
Well, in that case, he'll do the classic, I guess, investigation roll to see if any spare keys have been left under the welcome mat or in a flower pot or one of those stereotypical hidey places.
You do a bit of looking around. You have to be careful because every now and again someone does walk by. It can be a little bit awkward when you're looking under plant pots and like. It's not
Yeah,
really.
that's for what he has his retainers, that they give him a whistle when they see somebody coming so that he can look non-conspicuous.
Um, there isn't really any anything nearby that would suggest that are where keys would obviously be hidden. Um, it's just a few steps up to the door, and some some black iron railings. Uh, on the sides of each step, on the sides of the steps. There isn't a welcome mat or any
Gotcha.
or anything like that. There's
Okay.
nothing really where they could be put down off to the side either. There's just not really a lot of place to hide these things, and given that this is a street that people do actually walk down
It's
fairly
it's okay.
frequently, it wouldn't be wise for someone to hide their keys here.
Makes sense. Okay, fair enough. In that case, he will return to his friends in the alley, light up a smoke, and have a think. When he was casing out the building, you said there were black railings. If one looked over the black railings, were there any, just a sec, cellar windows?
Um, no, there wouldn't be any cellar windows.
Okay, fair enough.
Nothing of that sort.
Hmm. Um, he was told that there was no landlord, or to be more precise, that the landlord had been quote unquote thoroughly taken care of. Um, hmm. Well, in that case, he'll have a walk around the neighborhood, that greater area, while trying to think of his next step with
Okay.
his mates. Yeah.
You have a walk down the neighborhood. Kingston isn't an absolutely huge place. It's actually fairly small. The neighborhood itself is fairly quiet. Every now and again, someone walks down. Sometimes with their partner or with a group of friends. A few passers-by seem to take note of you, but nothing else.
Gives
One
them
of them,
gives them a smile and occasionally also a polite nod, but doesn't go actively out of his way to interact with the mortals.
yeah,
You
one of
know,
them,
just trying to look like three guys who are obviously going in a direction, not causing any trouble.
yeah. No, at some point a car pulls in and a guy gets out. Looks like he's been at the office today and makes his way into his home. Looks fairly tired, relieved to be home. Enters his house. Enters one of the terraced houses. But other than that, there's not anything that particularly stands out about the neighborhood. Until a few minutes into your into your walk. There's someone walking down with a partner of theirs. When you look at them, they notice you too. When they look at you, there's that sudden, it's not really a ping, but it's more of a feeling of recognition. This person comes across as kindred to your senses, to your beast.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to eye you warily. And they don't look away from you. They actually stop blinking entirely. And they begin to...
I would say at this point, he and his mates get a little bit on the side of the street, leaving a nice walkway for the other two, and he just lights up another cigarette and just gets a bit comfy. He's not following them. He's not trying to be threatening, but he's basically stopping himself so that the other guy knows, oh, he's waiting there in case the kindred wants to engage him a little bit later on. Especially after the long stare.
Yeah, if you begin to walk away, or you begin to make your way to the side of the street, they'll begin to follow you down there.
Right. Could you quickly describe the side street to me? Is it a cul-de-sac? Is it could you technically flee from the other end? Just so that I have a rough idea.
Yeah, it's more of a cul-de-sac. It's a closed street, which there aren't many of in Kingston, but there are a couple. There are a few, particularly as you head towards the Thames. Obviously, there is the barrier of a river.
Yeah, that's pretty good. In that case, yes, he will go down. He'll make sure that his mortal friends are in front of him, so that he would be between them and the other kindred. Then I would say halfway down the cul-de-sac, he'll turn around and continue smoking his cigarette, having his jacket open, at least the top one, so that he could draw something if he needed to. But he'll be waiting there.
The man who's following you is a fairly young-looking Caucasian bloke. A fairly bright red hair, pale skin, black shirt, fitness band on one wrist, a watch on the other.
Some necklace. He's looking wealthier than my dude, that's for sure.
He looks like he's surviving. He doesn't look particularly wealthy, but he doesn't look like he's in poverty either. He looks fairly plain. But he walks up to you and says, I haven't seen you around here before.
Good evening to you too.
You know whose territory this this is?
The borough of Kingston upon Thames? Yeah, Ordo Dracul. And he finishes off his cigarette.
He looks highly unconvinced. Simply says, on paper, that's what a lot of, well, that's what a certain establishment says, but let's be real, nobody actually believes that bullshit. It's a cute line. Who are you and where are you from?
Back when I was alive, or in this state?
In this state, obviously.
I am of the Ordo Dracul. And of which covenant may you be?
Okay, well, you're not exactly a hostile party, that's good. If you're anybody else, I would have probably kicked you out. I'm a Carthian. Don't really see you guys much around here anymore.
Is that right? Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are generally welcome to come down here, But, ever since you guys got Lambeth, I guess you moved up northwards. What you doing back down here? You just new, or?
Yeah, I'm new. Mind you, have presented myself and all that jazz, so...
Did you get kicked out of Southwark Lambeth for having you, they
relocated
you?
No, not at all, not at all. You could say I'm currently a bit of an unwritten page.
Right.
I'm actually looking for an Italian fucker who owes me a few boons. That's why I'm down here in the first place.
An Italian guy? I don't really know any Italian guy. I know a lot of people down here, but I don't really know any Italians. You sure you're in the right place?
Well, I was given directions that Alonso had, how will you say, made himself comfy here.
He raises his hands as if like in sort of like a, don't know what to tell you, sort of a resignation, mock resignation.
Okay, I want to do an insight check.
Sure. Roll me wits, empathy.
And I would like to... No, okay, no. I'll just try a straight roll. Okay.
Minus his... I'm just going to say minus his... I should really start working with attributes instead of skills. So I'm just going to say minus his manipulation, which is 2. Actually, no, he's not really trying to hide anything from you.
Okay.
Just roll your straight dice.
Okay. There we go. Dice cord that leaves me out. Come on. One success, finally.
Okay. Number of successes don't really matter too much unless you get 5+, or if it's relevant to a very specific kind of role like extended checks or disciplines. So he doesn't really appear to have much of a clue of what you're talking about. He doesn't really seem to know the person you're talking about at all.
Mhm.
At least on the surface. I don't really know what to tell you, buddy. I mean, I don't know everybody down here. I know most people down here. It's possible there's an Alonzo, I guess, but like, what are you
Mhm.
looking for? What do you want? Like, you say he owes you?
Yeah, did him some favors back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, plus I figured out that he was connected with some other people, so thought cashing in some minor boons, getting some info off him, maybe even an introduction,
A,
the
a, a,
usual.
a quick note: there are no such thing as boons in this system. You can owe somebody debts, and it's usually referred to as black rent or blood rent. Well, red rent is you literally let somebody feed on you, or you give them your blood. Black rent is service.
Okay, instead of boons, he'll say, yeah, some black rent,
Hmm.
getting some connections, getting myself hooked up, the usual.
What do you do for the guy?
Ah, hmm. I looked into some Revenant business for him. Research. I'm not big into murdering people, if that's what you're wondering.
That's what a lot of people say. It's not always true.
I definitely rather avoid conflict if possible.
So Alonzo lives here,
At least that's what I was told. Checked out his place, but nobody answering the door.
yeah? Right.
And I can very badly just batter down the door in front of a street where often enough, people walk down.
You don't have a guy who just and he like does a twisting sound of his. He does a twisting motion of his hand with his finger and his finger and thumb sort of pressed together, almost as if he's emulating some sort of lockpick.
Mm.
Security isn't exactly Kingston's highest priority. All the things have gotten pretty heated ever since the Prince's fucking goon squad jumped in.
Goon Squad. Okay.
Yeah,
Must have missed that. So what
fucked
were
up
they
half the
doing?
na- fucked up half the neighborhood. Whole Lancaire come down as well. They're fucking what they call their little crusader group. Fucking lunatics,
He
if you
just
tell me.
rolls his eyes at the mention of Crusade.
Ended up taking out some good friends of mine.
I'm actually sorry to hear that.
Yeah, murderous fucking scumbags.
Hmm.
I'm amazed anyone fucking tolerates them. Fucking terror group is what they are. But they'll get theirs. People aren't exactly gonna tolerate fucking fucking extremists coming in bashing down their doors.
Yeah. You'll actually laugh. I fought some jihadis back in my breathing days.
Yeah, well, you might get your chance soon enough. Do it again. Because these fuckers, they literally came in like we hadn't done nothing to them. Like at least the people I knew. I mean,
What
I
was the
knew
Lancair
that.
doing in, even if it's only nominally, Ordo
Oh,
territory anyway?
that's a good question.
Hmm.
I don't fucking know. I mean, it's not even really nominally Ordo. I'll be honest. It's nominally Carthian. It's on paper Ordo. It's on paper the Ordo because you guys own the rest of the borough, and the prince wants to make a point to piss us off. I mean, you guys seem chill with us coming here, and well, I mean, even if you wanted to kick us out, to be honest, I don't think you guys would have the manpower to do it. So, is it really worth, getting into a fight over fucking Kingston? I think so.
Hmm. I mean, it's a lovely resort town. Used to enjoy coming here for summer holidays, but starting a war about this, and he looks around. Well,
I mean,
obviously, as a member of the Ordo, I better just not say anything about this. As said, I
mean,
prefer to live and let unlive.
the Carthians and the Order, when it comes to Kingston, more or less have a silent understanding. I'm kind of surprised I'm having to actually tell you this.
To be fair, I'm relatively new to London, so humor a greenhorn, if you will.
Do you want to make a quick manipulation subterfuge check?
Yes, please. And I'll spend a willpower for this.
Aha, go 3 dice. Because he is going to kind of give you the...
Okay, so what was that again?
Oh, bloody hell, okay.
Okay, so what plus what?
I got double exploding dice on that.
Worth a try, I guess.
So you roll your manipulation plus this subterfuge, then because you spent a willpower, you get plus 3 dice.
Okay. If I remember correctly. Come on! 3 successes. And I've got a 9 and a 10. Yeah. I've got an 8, a 9, and a 10.
He looks you up and down. His head doesn't really bobble, his eyes just kind of sort of shift. Kind of size you up very briefly for a moment.
He stands straight in very humble clothing, but he stands straight.
He stares straight at you and he says,
"Yeah, he looks back, not threatening, but also very clearly, yeah, I'm here."
So, you want to tell me why you're actually fucking here and give me an honest rundown, or am I gonna have to actually kick you out? Because, for a guy who said he's owed so many favors, you're incredibly fucking new to this, as you just admitted. Like,
out of character, I'm quickly thinking about it. Let's see. They are in base. Okay, so there are Carthians that are in the next territory. They're on bad terms with the prince. They are more likely to hinder him if he says that he's doing this job for the prince. They'll probably actively try to sabotage him. Okay. He will... Okay, out of character, I've come to a decision. He'll try a half-truth. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I was abrazed roughly half a year ago. Wasn't fun. Had to flee my fucking sire. Goddamn crazy old bat. But why I'm here? Very simple. The Italian fellow I'm looking for, he owes the Ordo. He owes some of my bosses favors. He was supposed to report in. He was looking into something for us, but he seems to have disappeared off the face of the map. I, as your lowly foot guy, or very simply as the newbie, was of course given the task to check out where is he, trying to get in contact, see if he's even alive. And he says alive in air quotation marks. I'm just trying to earn my keep. I'm not out for trouble, but, you know, everyone has to pull their fecking weight. And Marcus definitely starts looking a bit perturbed.
He looks a bit doubtful of you. You really lied to him once, so he's not really sure if he can take your words at face value. Why did you even try and hide that? It's not like we haven't worked with you guys before when it comes to people who fucked you over.
Orders?
You were ordered to hide it from us? What?
Out of character, I wished I had the common sense merit.
There is no common sense merit in this game.
There isn't? Oh no.
You're responsible for every bad choice you make.
Oh, there are all bad choices.
He's just gonna say, man, look, just be fucking straight with me. I'm being straightforward with you. Me and my coterie, we've moved in. We're picking up the pieces after the prince and his fucking hatchetman came in and burnt down half a fucking neighborhood and got the police called.
All right, you're not gonna like it.
I mean, I probably won't. That's why you're being so fucking meandering with me, but
Okay,
I'll be
fine.
the judge of it.
Fair enough. We shall see how this goes. Alonso was looking into revenants.
Yeah, you said something about revenants earlier. It's probably something about that.
Yeah, supposed to come here on the down low, have a look, figure things out. He disappeared. And let's just... Oh, I said you weren't going to like it. Anyway, this Alonso fellow is a very, very dear friend of the prince. And he's worried about his friend, believe it or not. And that's why I'm here.
Well,
trying to figure out missing persons case. There you go.
I don't believe that part was a lie. I do think the prince is lying his ass off to you, though. He doesn't really give a shit about anyone that's not Invictus. But
maybe the guys. Yeah. Anyway,
if there was a kindred here that was called Alonso and worked with the prince, I'd know about it. So they're either a complete fabrication designed to drag you down here and get your ass killed to a bunch of pissed off Carthians who he knows are pissed off, or it's not a kindred. Which is probably why they would escape my notice. I mean, we tend to be pretty noticeable to each other.
Well, yeah, that weird twinge.
Yeah. Well, beast and all that.
Blood calls to blood and all that bollocks.
Yeah, stuff you'd know a lot more about than me.
Interesting.
Why is he? Oh, I guess it's no surprise the prince is looking into revenants. Wants to purge them all.
Well, some were embraced. I was actually there, made a big show of it, but plenty got their heads chopped off as well.
Yeah, I heard
Poor
about
fuckers.
that. Yeah, man, it's almost as if he's a fucking tyrannical cunt. Man, what a surprise! Someone who calls themselves a prince is in fact a piece of shit. That is
Guess I can count myself lucky that I was picked up by some Ordo and not Invictus.
Yeah. A few Invictus, we might have problems. We don't really tolerate Invictus down here at all for almost any reason. It's
My sire was one. Trust me, at some point I just wanted to burn him. Not that I would have been capable of that, but
I mean, I've met good Invictus. It's just the ones in this city. They're assholes, a lot of them. They don't exactly help their own case.
nah.
I'm kind of amazed they're still in power, to be honest, but maybe that's just because I'm in the Carthian bubble, as it were. I mean...
Okay, so I was told that a certain house I was casing out, but I haven't been able to acquire any, lock-picking shit. So I was casing it out, and the building is supposedly already paid off for like several months' residence, and supposedly the landlord was quote unquote taken care of.
One second. What's the house?
He'll act. He'll go like, you know what? I'm happy to walk parallel, but these two gentlemen there, they're with me.
I mean, obviously, they've been listening to this entire conversation. They don't feel like kindred to me. They feel like, well, people.
That's because they are people, but they are my people. So I've put myself in a exposed position anyway. Let's hope my honesty pays off. And he'll gesture for his mate to stick very close to him, and he'll start walking. And then once he's close enough, he'll point at the building. That one.
All right. I'm being nicer than I should be. Let it be known that the Carthians are not shitheels. One of my coterie mates knows a locksmith. Should be able to help you out, get you into the building at least. I want to know. I want to see what this whole fuss is about. Particularly since the prince has basically sent you down to in our turf without really asking us, as he often does. Which is funny because it's really more likely to get you guys killed than anything else. It's not like Stanford hasn't said yes before.
Do you know if he has got a vendetta against Ventrue? And he smiles.
Who?
The prince.
The prince? I don't know too much about the prince. I do know he had a real big fight with another hotshot Invictus a while back. Kind of the head honcho, as it were. Before him. Not the prince. What was his name? Valerius, that was it.
Okay.
From what I hear about the guy, I'd never want to meet him. Probably fucking could probably crush both of us with his fingers. Dude's apparently like fucking over 1,000 years old or some shit.
I beg your pardon. If Marcus could swallow dry, he would have.
Yeah, dude's fucking ancient.
1,000. God, he must be from like Norman times.
I don't really know. I mean, the name sounds Roman, so maybe before that. But I don't know. Latin kind of took the world by storm, so who knows?
You know what?
I would rather not mention his name, to be honest, because I have no fucking idea just how dangerous this guy is. I'd rather not keep bringing him up in the conversation.
You know what? You have been very accommodating so far, so the least I can do is offer you my name. I'm Marcus, and he offers his hand.
Cool. People just call me Bowwater.
Cool name.
Thanks,
some people call me Hannibal.
That's, well, Valerius would fucking hate you, I guess. I'm gonna stop mentioning that name now. It's kind of unnerving. I don't like mentioning ghosts and fucking ancients and sheriffs in a city full of Maquette who are probably spying on us right fucking now.
Yeah. Even my shitheel of a sire used to say, just assume that there is a Maquette in every fucking shadow.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It was really bad for a while. It's still really bad, but it's more contained to the fucking... It's confined to the fucking sheriff now. Goes around fucking cutting off heads before anybody even knows what's going on.
Jeepers, I knew that it was obvious that things were very feudal around here, but okay, this is just turning into like the terrors.
I mean, there's a reason I mentioned ghosts. He basically is one. Nobody even knows what he fucking looks like.
That's impressive.
I mean, my theory is that there isn't actually a sheriff, and it's just the prince with a fuck ton of hatchet men who just do their thing. And the title of sheriff exists as a convenient cover.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Just that,
have there ever been any
for a bunch of kindred that go around and enforcing whatever fucked up edict the prince has made this week? I mean, it makes sense, right? London's a big city, and there aren't many archons, right? There's like what, 2? I mean, I know the Invictus have their own guys that aren't, that are given fancy fucking names internally and shit, but there are 2 archons in the fucking city. That's it. That's not enough to contain, what, 300, 400, maybe even 500 fucking kindred?
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah.
He makes a quick text over his phone. So I assume the prince wants all the revenants dead. He probably isn't looking for them, and will send in somebody else to kill all of them, is what I'm assuming.
Well, I can't really speak for the prince. For all I know, this might very well have been a setup. If that turns out to be the case, I'll be royally pissed.
I mean, what will he even do about it if you find out it is? You gonna kill him?
He laughs nervously. At this stage, definitely not.
That's what I mean, though, right? Like
he turned me into ash long before I even finished thinking that thought.
Yeah, what does he even care? Like, he has an invisible fucking sheriff or a fuck ton of invisible killers on his side. Like, you wouldn't even be able to reach him even if you wanted to. Like, I guess whether you're aware or not, whether he's
Why
set you
would I
up is
want to
largely
make
on
him
you.
my enemy in the first place? That's
I
just
mean,
bad tactics.
if he set you up, then he kind of is your enemy, whether you want him to be or not.
Could be. Could not
But, yeah.
be. Maybe. Well, currently it's all speculation, and speculation is worth jack shit until you have some evidence.
Yeah, well, that might be speculation. What I do know is that the prince is an absolute fucking piece of shit, despite the slimy little smile he likes to put on his face. So,
He behaves like a career politician, so what do you expect?
I mean, yeah, but apparently people love fucking career politicians these nights for whatever reason.
Well, they never had to go and fight the wars for career politicians. And Marcus looks genuinely disgusted.
Yeah. As you continue to talk, a van shows up, generic-looking brand on the side. Looks like that locksmith has showed up, and he does get out of the van. Basically, just a bold Caucasian male in his early 50s.
Is he
He's leapt off
pinging
here a
as
little bit.
human?
Yeah, he's pinging as human. He's not a
Good.
kindred. That's our guy. Just have a word of him. No offense, but you might want to remain a few steps back from him, you know.
No, absolutely.
My
And
my
he
coterie mate has a passing fondness for the guy, so you know, I've been asked to keep eyes.
understood. In the meantime, Marcus would like to do basically a role, probably also involving politics, some logic, trying to figure out what gain would the prince have from, politically seen. What could be the prince's gain for sending him on a quote unquote suicide mission or a shit stirring mission?
Oh, what are you looking for? Sorry.
Marcus, while the locksmith is doing his job, is trying to figure out what benefit would the prince have from having him end up in a de facto Carthian territory and getting himself killed.
All right. If you wanna examine the possibility, yeah, roll me either intelligence politics or intelligence investigation, whatever is your highest.
Intelligence politics in that case. One success.
Well, there are a couple possibilities. Either he sent you here because he knew of your Covenant affiliation and knew that you'd probably be the safest bet to investigate this area without pissing off the Carthians. As this is as the Ordo do have a legitimate claim to this place, politically speaking. Or he sent you down here to get rid of an unwanted kindred in an overpopulated city. There is merit to both thoughts.
Gotcha.
London is large. It has a lot of vampires. Like,
understood. It's a 50-50 toss-up between population control or genuine.
Yeah.
This guy is the least likely.
Rid of you without him losing face, or it's a way for him to investigate the area without aggravating the Carthians more than they already are. Not without them aggravating the Order in return, who have the most reason to be here outside of the Carthians themselves. Or it could simply be both. After all, if you die, one of these possibilities is fulfilled. And if you succeed, the other possibility is fulfilled. So perhaps it is a matter of both. Perhaps he simply maneuvered you so that he is in a win-win situation regardless. Either he gets rid of a kindred in a city where there are already a lot of them, or or you solve his revenant problem and a lot of kindred are going to go away anyway.
Yeah.
Either way, someone's head is getting cut off. Might be yours, might be some revenants.
Gotcha. Nope, that's good. He mulls it over, makes mental notes, and offers his red-headed fellow a cigarette. Would you like one?
Yeah, sure.
And he offers him a lucky strike and some fire.
He takes a swig at a cigarette before before the locksmith finishes his work. He just says, "So who's this Alonso guy?"
I was only given a basic description, how he looks like. I didn't even get a family name. Can you believe that?
Maybe. I mean, if he's connected to our world, I mean, I'm just called Bowwater.
I'm more than happy to, if I'm quizzed, only to give the nickname.
Sorry, what?
But yeah. If the guy is one of us, I'll have a look. If it turns out that the prince just sent a mortal to do that, who the feck knows what happened. But I guess for this... Anyway, you said you were curious, so how about we step in and investigate?
Yeah.
You know what? I'll even go first, just in case there are any booby traps.
All right. Your funeral.
I didn't get one, so I'm not counting on it. And Marcus just mutters something about, and nor did a dear friend of his, and that he needs to do something about that at some point.
Yeah. Bowwater mutters something to himself. Whenever he speaks, it's sort of a mutter. It's not really. He doesn't really speak very loudly. He's always muttering something. If he wasn't so straightforward with you and so accommodating, he would come across as a bit of a grump, a bit brooding.
Marcus doesn't mind it because because this red-haired kindred is reminding him of a dearly departed friend. But right, he enters the building first, keeping a keen eye out for any tripwires.
Yeah, the locksmith manages to break through the lock. Takes him a bit of work. He takes a few steps down the stairs, sorry, using the railings to steady himself. And Bowalder gives him a pat on the shoulder, tell him he's done good. Nobody's really seemed to have been bothered by the locksmith. Perhaps because he's he's using a branded van.
Yeah,
and
it looks as if
seems
it's yeah.
and because he is quite literally a professional, people haven't seemed to have been bothered by his work at all. Door opens, revealing a narrow corridor. There is just a stairway just off immediately to the left.
Yeah. Marcus produces a mag light and shines it down the pathways.
Okay. Area looks dirty. Place looks dusty and grimy.
As if somebody hadn't been in there for a long time.
Yeah. Do you want to head down the corridor? Straight down is the kitchen. To halfway down to the left is the living room. Upstairs are a couple of it's the bathroom and the bedroom.
I take it the two kindred are now in the building, door closed.
Oh, sorry about that.
No problem.
Where are you heading again?
Okay. So I would guess that Marcus told his retainers to hang back in the alley, out of sight, but still within eye shot of the building. The two kindred are inside. Marcus will produce 4 red doggy bags, which are empty, of course. And he binds the first 2 around his shoes and then offers the other guy, here, if you don't want to leave obvious shoe prints.
No, that's good.
As you wish.
I'm not really scared of anybody knowing I've been here, to be honest.
Yeah, nobody's been here in a while.
Yeah, no, I can see. Place smells pretty bad.
Yeah.
Not derelict, but I mean,
yeah.
Nobody's been here for a good month or 2, at least. You want to run wits investigation, Marcus?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Bowwater begins switching on the lights. The electronics still work.
2 successes with a 10.
Okay, a couple of things. As we begin to explore the building, it's clear things have been shifted around. You can tell because of the imprints left where the chairs have been in one spot. They sort of dug into the floor, but they've been moved slightly. Same goes for the TV, where dust has built up and it's been shifted ever so slightly. Things just look ever so slightly out of place. Like there are ornaments that are facing just slightly in the wrong direction and just slightly at the wrong angle. Things don't look quite as organized as they should be. Like, it appears as if someone had bought objects to decorate the room, but it's been put together pretty badly. And again, all these little clues sort of add up to suggest to you that stuff has been moved around. This place has probably been thoroughly searched, all the rooms. You notice that there are no computers or anything like that. If there were any, they've probably been taken.
Mm-hmm.
Any digital equipment outside of the TV.
Marcus is making notes in his notebook about all of this.
There is no signs of any real struggle. There's no signs of violence. No smell of blood.
No black dots on the floor either.
No black dots. No black dots.
Of dried up blood, I mean.
No. No blood at all.
Hmm.
If there was any blood in this building, it would be so utterly insignificant that not even your beast could sniff it out. And that is very, very, very rare.
Gotcha.
More likely that there's just no blood in the building. You check the bedrooms, or rather the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
King size bed for two, but only looks like one person's been sleeping in it. Here things look a little bit less organized. Like there's been less work into appearing as if the place hasn't been touched.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like whoever was here in a hurry, either entering, searching, or leaving. It's not immediately clear which.
Marcus will take out a leather glove, put it over his left hand, and use that to go slowly through the drawers. So not to make a lot of noise, but checking the drawers, checking underneath the drawers if anything has been duct taped there, like keys, messages, money, whatever. And then taking pains to carefully close it again.
There's nothing of immediate value. Most of it's just spare clothes.
Yeah. Does the quality of the clothing jive with what the prince said? That Alonso had a tendency of wearing finely tailored suits and stuff like that.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So he'll just go like, interesting. At least the prince wasn't lying about his garderobe. Okay.
As you continue to search, you search the closet as well beneath the stairway. It's really the last place you've searched.
Mm-hmm.
The bedroom didn't really have too much of value in it. I mean, there's stuff like hygienic equipment like shaving cream, razors, shampoo,
Yeah.
deodorant, antiperspirant, that sort of thing. As a mirror, as a wardrobe for suits and some more casual clothing. Place looks like it's been left in a hurry. A lot of the coat hangers are kind of partially empty, or like partially, sorry, have nothing hanging from them.
Yeah.
As you look closer, it becomes clearer to you that whoever was here
Left in a hurry.
seemingly the prince's contact Alonso left in quite a hurry, or was trying to. But there's been no sign of violence, so you would assume they at least got out of the building safely. The question then becomes why haven't they recontacted the prince?
Yeah. That's fine. As far as objects in the building goes, the only I would say the only item that he might swipe is a nicer aftershave, because he has been missing that, and maybe one or two, razor blades. But apart from that, he will not steal anything else.
Okay. There is some petty cash around as well if you wanna seize
one. He will swipe the petty cash because it's not being used at the moment anyway. He even makes a note of how much cash he's swiping, just in case he has to give it back later.
When you search the closet, it's not very large. A lot of it just has cleaning equipment and stuff like that. Hoover, broom, mop, buckets.
Nothing of interest.
No, some just spare junk that doesn't really need to be out in the house. Stuff that wouldn't be used much, so it's stored away.
Are there any pictures of family members in this building?
No, there's a distinct lack of personal
items.
Personal memorabilia, yeah.
Gotcha.
But once you go rummaging through the closet underneath the stairs, you kind of dig through some of it, and all the way at the back, you notice something. You probably wouldn't have noticed it if it wasn't for your kindred eyes. The power to see in darkness far more easily than any mortal.
Kindred eyes plus a very stable flashlight.
Yes, it appears there has been something. It appears like the sort of bottom of the wall where it connects with the floor has been chipped away, almost as if it's almost as if rats have dug through it, bitten through it, just gnawed their way through it, almost. But it looks more artificial than that.
Ah, understood.
There's a sort of it's sort of you can see it's sort of you peer in it with your light in it. There's a gap in the wall. Like you chip through the wall and leads to the gap between the like that, between the wall and the other wall.
He'll try to listen if he can hear any scrambling from rats or mice or similar creatures.
No. You're pretty certain this is artificial. There's no signs of vermin at all. There have been no signs of vermin throughout the entire building, and this looks more like it's been chiseled or hacked at.
Well, Marcus will be producing his Bowie knife and start seeing if with the blade he can get between the places that were artificially gnawed off, to see if he can lift any of the boards or if he can push anything, or he's trying to investigate, is there a mechanism, can he is there any way to make it bigger, or
No, it
find
looks like
out. Yeah.
it doesn't look like there's a mechanism. Looks like it's literally been chipped at um, with a chisel or a blunt instrument, um, enough to make a gap to fit a hand in.
Okay. Puts on other glove, fits hand through.
Okay, you can see it's a small gap. It's only like it's like an inch or two at most. So you have to you have to turn your hand and squeeze it in a little bit. Um, you can touch the back of the wall pretty easily, but when you go rummaging through the sides, your hand quite quickly catches on something. Sound the sound and texture is that of an envelope, and it feels like there's something solid inside, something thin.
Okay. He'll try his best to carefully maneuver it out. Sorry, he'll try to get that envelope out of the hole and on his lap.
You pull it out. It's not too hard to pull out. Particularly if you're using the Bowie knife to increase the size of the gap, which, considering it's already been chipped away, isn't really too hard.
It's a very sturdy knife.
Yeah. You pull it out, and it appears to be an envelope. Sort of a high, sort of a short envelope with a sort of high y-axis.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like something you'd fit a disc into. And actually, now that you got a proper look at it, and you can kind of feel it, it does really sound like there's a disc in there. You like touch the center, and you can feel the hole through the center of a disc.
Yeah.
So like some DVD-ROM or a CD if it's particularly old.
Mm-hmm.
The envelope has on it reads PR period, so PR dot.
Puts the Bowie knife away, produces his pocket knife, and carefully slits the envelope open.
You see a blank DVD disc. Inside a plastic bag. There's nothing written on it. It is entirely blank. Just a white front and then the metallic back.
Yeah.
Completely nondescript.
Is Mr. Redhead right behind him?
Yeah, Bowater's been kind of, just been helping you this entire time.
Yeah.
Sort of more out of curiosity than any sense of altruism, but when he sees you pull out the disc, he says, "The hell is that?"
Interesting.
God, Maquette are fucking weird.
How do you know the guy's a Maquette? I never mentioned that. Hmm.
I mean, your Alonso guy's of a prince, so I assume this is a Maquette thing.
Seems like standard spy stuff to me, but it's a DVD of sorts. Or at least I
Yeah,
would guess so.
looks like whoever came here probably missed what they were looking for. Lucky you, huh?
Really am. Hmm.
Good job on the fur, I
Otherwise,
guess.
yeah, otherwise, what I kind of infer is Alonso most likely left in a hurry. That would explain why some of his clothes are still here, assuming those are his clothes, at least from the quality that would speak for it. The dust says that nobody has been here in a healthy while, at least a month. There was a little bit of cash left. Um, Stuff has been put in. There are no photos of loved ones or cherished memories. And I have to say, even the feng shui in this place is a bit off, as if somebody just very lovelessly had decorated the place. So my guess is, for whatever reason, Alonso managed to get out. I haven't found any signs of struggle. Where he went to, bugger if I know.
Yeah, it's weird that, if he was with a prince, you think he would have contacted him. Maybe he did, and they're just bullshitting you. Wouldn't be the first time.
Hmm. Well, at this point, it's a 50-50 toss-up. It could even be that it was one of those, well, if I F up and get killed by you guys, one pair of fangs less to feed. But if I succeeded, all the better. You know, that sort of mentality. I mean, I can't
Yeah.
blame him.
Oh fuck.
I don't really expect anything else from people in his position.
You suddenly hear a lot of noise outside.
Okay. Pockets the DVD, shoves the clothes in the closet, and then Marcus produces his metal club in a hand, looking at the redhead and just putting a finger over his lips, gesturing slowly to move towards the windows so that Marcus can very gently push not the blinds, push the, god damn it. I used to know these words. Um, the the cloth in front. Damn it. Curtains. And he will try very slowly, gently to just open enough of the curtains to have a look at what is happening outside.
As you head towards the living room, your one of your retainers, Thomas, is walking down the hallway, down the corridor, very quickly with a brisk walk,
Mm-hmm.
calmly but quickly. And he says to you, "Sir, we've got a problem outside."
Okay.
Uh,
In that case, he
a woman approached us. We weren't sure what she was, but has she's taken Richard hostage.
his eyes widen. Okay, okay. Let's get out. Let's see what it's all about. Don't worry, mate. We'll we'll get our brother back. And he heads out
Excellent.
of the building without much pomp or ceremony.
But what is it? Brow furrows. His head tilts. He begins heading out with you guys. Your witness outside to a rather interesting looking scene. Exceedingly artificial in how everyone is postured. First you see the locksmith. He is packing up his things and getting ready to leave, desperately trying to ignore what is happening. You also see a rather small woman. As Thomas stated, has her hands extended into the claws of
the gangrel.
Wrapped around the torso and neck of Richard. From a distance, it would look as if she is hugging or cuddling him like an affectionate partner. But
but
with your eyesight and up this close, it is quite clear what the situation is. Richard is playing along, perhaps, well, pretty obviously because he's been ordered to do so by this person.
Yeah.
Perhaps, and it strikes you that perhaps the same goes for the locksmith as well.
Yeah. Marcus comes out, sees that, orders his, just gives his other mate, how do you call it, a blink with the right eye and a nod, and he automatically falls into an L-shape formation, where the girl is in front of Marcus, he is on the other side towards her, and his other retainer is slightly diagonally off to the side. Not pinning her in, but it would seem that it's a formation that they could go into how should I say, into a pincer formation if needed.
When you begin to move,
mm-hmm.
She says, "Careful now, I might slip." She pulls back Richard ever so slightly, and her grip.
Marcus stops.
Neck tightens.
Greetings.
You find anything?
He just he looks at her. Has she got proper eye contact with him? Is she looking directly at him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Out of character,
actually looks quite surprised. Do you want to roll me wits empathy real quick before you do what I know you're going to do?
Yes, wits empathy. Okay. Zero successes. Damn it.
Okay, nothing.
Out of character, because I don't know how second edition handles it. How easy or difficult is it for one kindred to dominate another?
Depends on their strength of will and the strength of their blood.
Mm-hmm.
A kindred who is more potent in the blood than yourself is generally more difficult to dominate. Your skill also plays a role. The more effectively, the more dots in dominate you have, the more dice you get.
Gotcha.
Let me get you on the thing. It is. What do you? So first, what power are you looking to use?
First level of dominate.
Mesmerize. Okay.
Mesmerize, yes.
The dice pool for this is intelligence plus expression plus you dominate versus your opponent's resolve plus blood potency. Yeah. It's a resisted roll. Mm-hmm. So what happens is oh no, wait, it might actually be a contested check. That is a contested check.
My guy has blood potency too, if that's any help.
Yeah, so you're thicker blooded than the average kindred.
Well,
you don't know how thick blooded this person is.
Yeah. So
they also immediately register as kindred. That's fairly obvious, but I just thought I'd let you know.
Well, anyway, while keeping eye contact with her, he'll first ask, "What's it to you, and why are you threatening one of my men?" I mean, I didn't even get a hello from you, which is quite rude.
I'm not here to say hello. I'm here to find out what you're looking for. I'm here to relieve you of it. No one has to get hurt. I don't want to take a life tonight. But I do need whatever you found.
Okay. While she speaks, he's letting her have a little monologue, and basically to the last third of it, he'll try to use Mesmerize, burning a willpower. This is one of his men. He's trying to extricate him out of her grip. Oh, let's not fuck up this one. Okay. That means, since I'm spending a dice pool of 9. Oh boy. And if it works, the command would be let him go. 3-letter command. Okay. Come on. 4 successes. Composed of 1 10, 2 8s, and a 9.
Okay. You lock eyes of her. You focus. You let the authority of the beast out through your words. And when you speak the words, she immediately releases him.
He shouts, "Run," to Richard as he pulls out. Just let me quickly think. As he pulls out his metal bat, his metal club. It looks like a trench club. And readies himself for a fight.
She readies herself, but before anything else happens, Bowater actually intercedes himself between you two and says, wait, don't be fucking dumb. We're in the middle of a fucking high street.
Then she shouldn't threaten my brothers. But he is slowly inching away from her, keeping eye contact.
She goes to deliberately avoid eye contact now. But
Okay, in that case,
says-
keeping her in his sights.
he says, "Holly, what the fuck are you doing?" I told you I need whatever it is he found. I need it now. It's not a matter of negotiation. Whatever he has could get us killed. So if you actually came to give a fuck about any of our lives, you'll help me take it back from him. Do you respond to this in any way?
He looks at her and just shakes his head as he says, "You dumb fucker, I was about to share the info with him anyway." And he gestures with his thumb to the redhead. "I'd still be willing if you stop threatening my men.
I
am not interested." You know what he will shout? "I'm not interested in killing anyone if possible."
She's actually going to lash out with you with her beast. Because she's really impatient right now. Roll me your blood potency plus either your strength, intelligence, or presence.
In that case, intelligence.
Okay.
Plus a blood potency of 2. Finally, it's becoming useful.
You just need to hit 2 successes.
Oh, come on.
So close.
Damn it.
Just as you reached out with your beast to dominate her, she seems to return the favor, but in a more visceral, inelegant fashion. Her beast quite literally lashes out at yours, making it feel inferior and frustrated, and by extension yourself as well. You gain a competitive condition.
Okay. Whatever that exactly does.
Your character must assert dominance and superiority. Either she gives it her all or she falters. Anytime she's in direct competition with another, she suffers a -2 dice penalty on any rolls where she doesn't spend willpower. This includes contested and extended rolls as well. Any rolls to tempt or coerce her into competition receive exceptional success on 3 successes instead of 5.
Yeah. May I comment that at this point, Richard and Thomas will have drawn also Bowie knives. They are now in a triangular formation. Marcus in the front, they on the side, looking nervous.
If they attempt to flank her, she will just attack them.
No, they are literally more making sure that Marcus's back is clear. They are in a protective stance,
okay,
not an attacking one.
Yeah, I thought they were surrounding her, in which case, yeah.
No. He's given them clear orders not to try something like that. They are more here to back him up than actually engage other kindred.
I do not need Bowater to have the information. I need to make sure whoever the fuck sent you does not get the information. Doesn't matter if Bowater has it or not. He's trustworthy. He's good. He's cool. He helps us out.
You, however, went looking for somebody who tried very hard to get us all killed. Who worked for somebody who wants to murder all of us.
Out of character, is it logical enough to assume that she either is a gangrel revenant or somebody who's helping them?
It would assume they're at least on the Revenant side. Revenants don't have clans. If this person is a Revenant, she's inherited Protean, but wouldn't be of Clan Gangrel.
Mm. Which means you're a Revenant. And his aggressive stance relaxes a bit. As competitive as he might be, there seems to be a glimmer of sympathy in his eyes.
One sec. Sorry about that. She just asks, what's it to you?
What did she ask?
What's it to you?
As if it weren't already fucked up to be kindred. Revenant. Having the hunger like 10 times worse. Now that is what I call hell. So I take it you took care of Alonso.
He went digging in all the wrong places. Didn't take pleasure in it. But we gotta protect ourselves.
Now here's the thing. I'm sympathetic towards you folks. But I don't fancy dying. But I can also not go completely empty-handed. I have to give the prince something, or my life will be forfeit. I have to be able to throw him some sort of bone. Come on, well, help me help you.
We don't exactly have a lot of bones to give, thanks to the fucking Invictus.
Well, I'm not Invictus.
But you're working for them. That's a very fine and often insignificant difference.
Working? I was asked to look into this favor, into this whole affair, because Alonso didn't send any messages, and quite frankly, if I'm not able to get some sort of information to the prince, he'll send some other schmuck here. Probably somebody else who is less sympathetic towards your plight. Of course, you could probably take care of it, but then they would just send more and more, maybe even more force. If we're able to figure out something that I can put in front of the prince that is at least good enough, he might not then think of sending other people to check you guys out.
Well, I don't fucking... Well, I don't have anything. And Bowater's just gonna be like... But Bowater kind of gets pretty cross and says, "Can we please just go inside, and can you please get rid of the fucking claws?" I think I might have a way where we can both help each other. Well, I can help you both. Or rather, I know someone who can help you both. But can we please talk inside? Before another cop car comes around.
Marcus puts his weapons away and puts his hands nice and up and is not looking directly at her anymore, but clearly looking at her feet.
Thank you. Holly, claws.
Please.
She very reticently gets rid of the claws. And Bowater will head inside. Just into the corridor.
Marcus looks at his two retainers and taps with two fingers on the side bridge of his nose. They look at him slightly horrified, but he just says, "Go, get yourself to safety. I'll contact you afterwards." They very reticently leave.
In perfect unison, they will say, "Yes, sir."
He just looks after them. It is hard to say what emotion is playing on Marcus's face as he walks in. He exhales. At least they're safe for the moment.
Bowater will close the door behind you both. It's a bit hard for you to concentrate right now. Your beast feels inferior to Holly's, even though you know it shouldn't. You should be way on top of this fucking revenant. Like, this person isn't even a full kindred. It's embarrassing. That's infuriating to your beast. And it's not sure whether to be furious at you or furious at her.
Whatever is left of Marcus's human side, he's trying his best to ignore the feeling. He knows from other negotiation situations that he has to keep a cool head. As much as he would love to just take his trench club and level it on her skull, he's fighting that impulse back.
So, you two don't trust each other, but Holly trusts me, and
I have no other choice.
because I'm going to need you to trust me a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
You have been nothing but helpful towards me and haven't given me any reason not to trust you.
Right.
I'll put a bit of faith in you.
So first question. Does the prince know you're here right now?
No. As far as I know, I wasn't followed. Doesn't necessarily mean that isn't the case. But he simply said, "Go, take care of that." He didn't tell me to regularly call in or anything like that. He's just expecting that the next time I show my face in front of him, I deliver some sort of information. So as far as I know, no.
And I know we're probably not being followed, just because Holly's pretty good at sussing that shit out. Don't ask, she has her ways.
I wasn't planning to.
Alright, so here's a plan. That disc probably has important information on it about the Revenants. Probably a backup in case Alonso had to bug out or died. That's what I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. Well, we wouldn't know until we actually saw it, but yes.
Judging on what Holly believes, I mean, I think it's fair to say that he looks at Holly, you guys ransacked this shithole. She just nods. So, I'm gonna ask, give me the disc. I can pass it on to someone who can take a look at it, change some of the finer details, make it so that Holly and the people she cares about aren't fucked, while giving you something to give back to the prince that isn't entirely misleading.
The closer we can stay to the truth, the better. Then I have to lie less. And knowing the maquette, bloody aura reading.
All you have to do is say you found this at his accommodation, that you haven't looked at it, and that it's all his. Make it tricky, but, and he taps his head, they need to know to ask for questions to begin with, to suss anything out. If they don't suspect anything, you should be okay. So as long as you just say, I found this as a apartment, I haven't looked at it, and that's all true.
That is true. I haven't looked at it.
You probably won't suspect anything. You can even bring me up if you like. I would recommend it.
Out of character, did you say recommend it or not recommend it?
Not recommend it. But if he says...
He's Invictus. Better not bring him up. Bring you up.
If he does say you ran into any coffins, just say, yeah, ran into Bowwater. Was one of the nicer ones.
Yeah. So, did they rough? Yeah. So, did they give me any trouble? Nah. They were happy to leave me alone because I was Ordo. Which is true.
Yeah, because that is true. That's probably why he sent you down here. All fits. So
Good.
I'll take that disc. I'll hand it off to someone, because I know someone who can handle this. Edit some of the more salacious details. Hand it back to you. You can hand it back to the prince. I assume he's not, like, expecting it tomorrow?
No. Not at all.
Alright. Then that works. We can do
Yeah.
that.
It was more one of those, go check it out. If you don't find anything, don't bother showing your face here again sort of deals.
Yeah.
Plus, I told him I had to do some preparations before I could go. He seemed happy enough with that, so no. I have a few nights. Plus, I've got myself rented, well, you know. got myself a cheapo hotel room, so
Right.
I can hang around for a few nights.
All right, good.
At this point, I'm a little bit low on blood, but I
yeah, you
shouldn't
did
be a
lose the
threat
blood
to
at the
anyone.
beginning of the scene.
Oh, totally forgot to do the rolling for.
It's fine. You haven't spent any yet, so.
Yeah. He should be hovering around a comfortable 6 or 5, so
Still
not.
hungry.
Okay, good.
So, do you give the disc to Bowater?
He just says, I hope everyone is appreciating that I'm sticking my neck out here.
Yeah, oh shit, wait before I touch it.
Oh.
Fuck.
Oh, wait. I have an idea. He puts his leather gloves on again, gets the doggy bags.
Yeah, put
and
it back in the envelope. Put it back in the envelope. Then that'll work.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, he had the gloves on all the time, so he didn't come into direct contact with the thing. So he gingerly puts it back in, has the gloves, and then he basically says, "I've got 2 doggy rubbish bags in my pocket. Pull them out, put them over your hands as if they were gloves." And once that's done, he'll hand it over. You know, I heard stories like magical fingerprints or some shit.
Alright, you'll take it off your hands. Thanks. Alright. Give me your contact details. I'll call you when it's all sorted, alright?
Marcus produces his notebook, rips a page out, writes something on it. Once again with the gloves, hands the piece of paper over. There you go. If you're not able to reach me, one of my guys will be able to reach me.
Alright, will do. I appreciate you doing this. Tell the Carthians you're a good man.
I would like to think so. He basically looks a bit sad. He actually looks a bit sad as he says that. But yeah. All right. You know what? We should probably make sure that we can clear out. We clear out any of the footprints that is left by the dust. Just in case. Call me paranoid. And Marcus will start just sweeping it gently enough that the footprints can't be identified. And after that, I'm happy for him to retire to the travel lodge.
Nick.
Okay, so yeah. Will have instructed what they have to look out for, and they basically make sure that their footprints are no longer identifiable.
Scuff out the footprints. The water helps. You also shake your hand in gratitude. And Holly will also turn to you and she'll go, sorry about you guy back there.
The beast is still wait, with that, it's basically a small apology, right?
Yeah.
Would his beast calm down a little bit at that?
It doesn't resolve the condition, no.
Okay.
To resolve the condition,
It's okay. You
you
can.
need to win or lose a competition where someone reaches a breaking point, or just let it fade naturally after a night.
It's fine. He wants to say something. The tone is a bit more aggressive than he planned for, and puts his finger on his mouth, takes a deep breath. Pardon me. It's a shit situation. I'm just happy nobody had to die tonight. We're cool. And he leaves it at that.
All right. I'll tell somebody others to let you off easy if you end up running into their burrows.
The burrows? Oh, never mind. Never mind. I don't want to know.
She remains silent and then will just turn to remove herself from the building. Leaving you all alone.
Cool. In that case, I would say Marcus beats a haste retreat, goes back to the thing. Yeah. Damn it, how do you call it again? Exactly, the travel lodge. Meeting up with the guys, explaining the situation, and just giving both of them just a hug. Especially Richard. He was genuinely worried for him. And he'll remain there until a telephone call comes in.
Well, the call won't come tonight.
That's no problem. He'll wait a few nights.
But Walter did say it would probably take a few nights. But in stunningly punctual fashion, precisely 48 hours from that point, you will get a call. And I think that would be a good place to end the scene.
As you wish.
Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you all next time.